Euro is more than a creative brand. It's a lifestyle. It's a way of living. To always be great and stay relevant. Embody the brand. T-shirts available now.
Yo, what's going on, guys, man? Welcome back to another video. Back on the weekly upload. I just fucked that up. Welcome back to another video. Back on the weekly uploads, man. I've been killing shit, editing shit, shooting shit, doing this right here. So let's get into it, man. But before I get into everything, y'all see? Is it in frame? Yeah, y'all see this monitor right here. The studio display. I don't know if I made the right decision. It's really nice, super nice, but it's so expensive. And the specs of it, it's like, it shouldn't cost so much. But when it comes to big time companies like Apple, you're paying for the brand. So a lot of that, you're paying for the Apple logo on the back of the shit. I like it. It's just, I feel like Apple got me again. So I don't want to have that feeling, but I do like it. It is very useful for what I do as a filmmaker. As a content creator, I love to have the screen real estate compared to just having a small screen when I'm at home. When I'm traveling, of course, I deal with the small screen of my 14-inch MacBook Pro. That's not a problem. But when I'm home and I have the option to have a screen or a bigger monitor, I would love to have that. So this is nice, but I don't know, bruh. They got me again. It's $1,600 with taxes. It was like $17. That's a lot of money for a monitor that's not even HDR. It's not a 10-bit display. It's not that bright. It's crazy. The screen on my MacBook Pro is a lot better. It's just smaller. I don't know if I should keep it. I probably will keep it. I'll do a video on this later down the road, along with like my entire setup. I got some new stuff here. You can see the 14-inch MacBook Pro. I got this Logitech keyboard. It's the one with the mechanical keys. I don't know if I like it or not. I'm getting used to it. And I can return this too and just get the regular one, but I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure it out with that one. But the studio display, I got until 30 September or 30 October to decide if I'm going to keep it or return it. Because I kept all the original packaging, which y'all should too. When you buy these big ticket items, definitely keep the original box and try not to like mess it up real crazy. Anyways, man, I'm gonna do a video on that. I'm selling the iMac, new setup. I'm gonna do a whole video on that as well, probably sometime next year or late this year, we'll see. But that's enough of that. Let's get into this video. All right, so this is a run and gun shoot. By the title, y'all see what it is. You've already saw the intro. And if you follow me on Instagram at Vizway Media, you've already seen this final edit. There was no planning, no pre-production in this at all, and that person is loud as fuck, but whatever that is, and I hope it's not picking up on the audio. It probably is. But yeah, this is all no pre-planning, no pre-production, anything. This was straight like run and gun. Let's go shoot. I got an idea. Let's go shoot and let's go make it work. I usually do plan out my stuff, and when I do, I use Milanote. Milanote has been great for me and along with other creators that I've seen as well. If you are a photographer, a wedding filmmaker, if you're a filmmaker, a party promoter, anything that revolves around any type of planning, you can use Milanote. I would highly recommend it if you are someone like that. Milanote is free, but with limitations, and if you want to get the best out of Milanote, in my personal opinion and out of my personal experience, you get the most out of Milanote with the Pro subscription. It's only $10 a month and you get unlimited everything. Try out the free plan if you want to. I'm not saying you have to. It's free, so why not? So try it out, and if you like it, upgrade to the Pro subscription if you need to, and if it benefits you. It benefits me, it benefits a lot of other people, so that's just my take on it. This is not a sponsored video. I'm not sponsored by Milanote or anybody at all, so this is my personal opinion. Take it or leave it. All right, so moving on to the gear. Like I said, this is a simple run and gun shoot. All I had was my Canon EOS R when I'm filming one right now, and the 1635 f2.8 also what I'm shooting on right now. If you see me looking right here, I'm looking at Milanote, so I can see my stuff that I need to talk about. I didn't use my handheld rig, no external monitor, no black pro mist, because I wanted the overall look to be as crisp as possible. So yeah, that's the gear, man. And then that is the stuff for planning. Wasn't that much involved in it, but if I do, Milanote is what I use. All right, let's hop on over to Premiere. I want to show y'all the music, the sound effects, the color for this commercial. Did I mention that this was a commercial? I don't think I ever fucking said that. This was a commercial for my friend, and we just decided to do for his clothing company. So I should have said that in the beginning. I'll probably edit it in a way that you know what I'm talking about. So, damn, tripping. But let's get into Premiere, man. All right, so we're in Premiere Pro, man. This is everything. Let me make this a little bit bigger so y'all can see this timeline, man. Timeline went crazy. Look at this. Actually, let me turn the sound off because I want y'all to hear all that. This is the timeline. Y'all see I put a lot of time and effort into the sound design, and that really was my main focus for myself because this was a free shoot. I didn't charge. I did get paid for it. I'm not gonna lie and act like I didn't get paid, but I did offer a free shoot. This was a free shoot. So I like doing free stuff for people that I like working with because it allows me to be as creative as I want to. There's no limitations and nothing. It's like a free for all, and it just makes me want to create better things. And then when I have my paid shoots, I got that practice, and there's no like questioning like, oh, is this shit gonna work? So the free shoots for the homies, man, it's fun. Like I said, I did get paid, but it was a free shoot. So I don't want nobody thinking I'm being capping and shit. I did get paid, but it was a free shoot. I just want to go ahead real quick. I'm not going to take too much in here because if I do, it will take all day. I want to talk about the sound design. So the sound design, everything in here was or is from Epidemic Sound. That's what I use. That's what I've been using for the past two and a half years. Highly recommend it. $15 a month. MusicBed is good too. Artlist is also good, but I personally like Epidemic Sound. That's just who I started with, so it's my personal preference at this point. I did have other subscriptions with MusicBed, with Soundstrike, but I found myself always using Epidemic Sound more than anybody. So there was no point in me paying the extra subscriptions, like an extra like 40 a month, for extra sound libraries. There's no point. So I've narrowed it down to only one Epidemic Sound. This one. It's only, like I said, $15 a month and free 30-day trial. Link below. Not a sponsored video. I want to put that out there, but free 30 days if you want to get into it. But yeah, man, the sound design. This is what I wanted to focus on because, like I said, it was a free shoot. And I just wanted to practice on a few things. But everything in here was
Euro's more than a creative brand.
It just sounds so much better when I do add sound design, because when I actually listen to things without sound design, it sounds like it's on mute. That should make sense. It's like without sound design, it's missing that extra element. So I feel like it has to be done, or at least when I do add sound design, I have to go all in. I can't just half-ass it. If parts of it have sound design, I feel like it all needs to have sound design. I'm gonna show y'all what it sounds like without the sound effects, and then I'm gonna show y'all what it sounds like with just the sound effects.
Euro's more than a creative brand. It's a lifestyle. It's a way of living. To always be great and stay relevant. embody the brand. T-shirts available now.
So yeah, you can definitely hear a big difference when you do add the sound design. You already saw the intro. That's what everything included, sound design and the actual song, which also is from Epidemic. Everything the sound effects and the music's all from Epidemic Sound. Like I said, link in below, a free 30 days. I'll get some kickback. You get a free 30 days. It's a win-win. So just go check it out. And if you like it, you get the subscription, man. But that's on you. That's pretty much it for the sound design, man. There's a lot of layers in here. And then Rondo also did do a voiceover. He did that once he went home. So when he was out here, he didn't know what he wanted to say yet, which is fine. But I think, to me, I don't know what he used to record the audio, but it sounded not as crisp as I wanted it to sound. So there was a little bit of tweaking. So I did add a few things. I made like a few presets for my Rode NTG4, which is what I'm using to get the audio now. And I did add like a parametric equalizer. So I increased the highs, I guess that's the right term for it, and then I decreased some of the lows just to balance it out. It was just, I think the quality of whatever microphone that he used, it was fine, but I just wanted it to sound a little bit better. So that's what I did. I changed a few things in there. And it's just things that I have with the preset for my Rode NTG4. I don't think there's much in here, but yeah, it sounded fine. There were parts where he did peak. So this one I did make it -1. I think this one was too loud. I made it -4. You see right here. There were parts that he peaked. So that's why I wanted him to do it here, just so I can have a better balance of how he was speaking. But it still turned out to be good. I think it's turned out to be very fine. But that is the sound design. You can see there's a lot that was going into it. But everything that I did was very intentional. And it just made, in my opinion, it made everything sound a lot better. And without it, it just would have just been like it was on mute. It's just, I don't know, it's just me. Certain things just sound better with extra sound. Certain things, I guess, don't. Depends on what it is. But I think I did really good for the sound design. What do y'all think? Head down to the comments and let me know how my sound design was for this project. This was the overhead shot. This was kind of annoying to edit because the stand was not that sturdy. It was kind of flimsy. And I wanted this to be just a straight on overhead shot, not too much going on, but the camera was shaking. And so when I would cut to the different parts of him, you could tell that the camera moved. So I was like, fuck, that kind of changed up a lot of things, but it did work out for the best because I like the way I did the final edit. I just mixed and matched some of the stuff in here. And I added some scaling, some keyframes in here as well. So I just scaled it up. And then when I got to certain points, I would like scale real fast, like right here. Zoom in and I would add a rotation just to add, because those were the parts, when you saw the rotations, those were the parts where the camera would like move a little bit and you can see on the edges. It probably would have been not so noticeable, but just me, how nitpicky I am, I noticed a lot of shit. And I think the common eye would not have cared, but I'm sort of kind of a perfectionist. I think most people are in their craft. And I just couldn't let that slide. So I had to change it. It was annoying the fuck out of me. So I added that and then I made it go in a little bit slower with the rotation still going in, and then I went back out. I went back out and then back in, and back in, then went back out. So that's how I did that part. Real simple, just adding keyframes, rotations, just to make the footage went well with the song. I think that's what I was going for. And like I said, it did. It's not how I planned it to be at first, but it just worked out that way, and I think it worked out for the best. This was the only shot that was shot in 60 frames per second. Everything else was shot in 24 frames per second, 1080p, 24, 1080p, 60. I do have the option to shoot 4K on my camera, but there's no point. massive crop, and I didn't want to deal with the crop. It is what it is. The 1080p was fine. It's a short video. There's no point, and it still looked fine. I exported out to 4K. Y'all probably couldn't even fucking tell. For the color grade, real simple. All I wanted it to be was like a urban feel, a cliche urban feel, I guess. So this is everything with the color grade. This is how it looked. This is C-Log, got the Canon EOS R without and with. So I just pretty much increased the temperature. Man, let me tell y'all, I thought it looked so much warmer in camera, but when I got it, this is, I mean, I know it's C-Log and it's gonna be like an ashy look anyway. That looks super blue. And I thought it looked so much darker, or so much like on the orange side of things, on the tungsten side of things. It just did not look like that in post. So I increased about 35 for the temperature. The shadows and everything. And my curves, I didn't do too much on the curves like I usually do. All I did was just drop the shadows and increase the highlights. And it makes it pop. You can tell it makes it pop. Without, this is how it looks with it, and then that's how it looks without. So it looks very flat, and then when I add those curves in there, it just makes it gives it like some definition and some depth. And honestly, that's it. Like I said, it wasn't that much for the color grade. It was very simple. I just wanted to give it off like an urban feel, but my best part of the edit was this one. This grade, to me, it's the same as the other one, but it just looked really good. I increased the highlights, dropped the shadows a bit, just the basic corrections and everything. I increased the saturation. I wanted it to be very saturated. I wanted the yellows and the oranges to pop, so that's what I did. Got like 1 minute to get this shit done. All right, y'all. Yeah, I liked how this looked. It looked real nice. Like I said, not too much with the grade. I didn't do anything with the curves besides drop the shadows, increase the highlights, and then I increase my temperature. And that's pretty much it for the color grade, man. I kept it consistent throughout the whole thing. I wanted to be real warm, and that's pretty much it for the color grade. If y'all want an in-depth tutorial on how I color grade now, head down to the comments to let me know. I got like 50 seconds to finish this fucking video. But that's everything though. Make sure y'all head down to the comments, make sure y'all go down to the description and check out euro.com, link in the description. Check out some of this merch. Be sure to subscribe to the Euro YouTube channel. And that's pretty much it. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. All right, that's it. I got 15 seconds. If y'all enjoyed this video, man, or found it to be informational to you, hit that like button. If you're new here, consider subscribing, and I will see y'all with my next video. I'm out, guys. Peace.